Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Welcome back again. This is the third lecture, also about novel. And just remind you that in the last two lectures, I talked about the writer of the novel of Great Gatsby, Francis Scott Key Fitzgerald. And in the second lecture, I talked about the plot overview about the events of the novel in general. Today in this lecture, I'm gonna talk about character list. However, there are 15 characters within the novel of Great Gatsby. Personally, I divided these characters into two parts, uh, depending on the role that each character plays within the novel. Actually, I have divided these 15 characters into main characters and secondary characters. So this division depends on, as I've just said, the role that each character plays within the novel. If a character has a main role, that is, it makes the events of the play. It leads to development of the events of the novel. Sorry, so it is main character. Also, if a reader is always aware of the presence of a certain character, so it means that character is main character. It has a main role within the novel. Otherwise, it is a secondary character. And in fact, the purpose behind this division is just to make the lesson more easier. On the other hand, we need to focus on the main characters because they are important, and so it's important to study about each character of these main characters in general. So now I'm gonna tell you about each character and define them and give you an information about each character within these two parts. Are you ready? Let's go. Okay, so this is the first part that includes these 7 characters: Nick Carraway, Jay Gatsby, Daisy Buchanan, Tom Buchanan, Jordan Baker, Myrtle Wilson, George Wilson. So these are main characters, especially the first 3 characters were real important. Okay, so now I'm gonna talk about each character of these separately. Okay, so the first character, Nick Carraway. Nick Carraway. First, is the novel's narrator. Okay, so this is the first information about Nick Carraway. He is the novel's narrator. Okay. The second information about Nick Carraway. Who is Nick Carraway? Nick Carraway is a young man from Minnesota, who is, after being educated at Yale and fighting at the First World War, traveled to New York City to learn about bond business. Okay, so he has lived at Minnesota. Then he traveled to the New York to learn about bond business. Okay, this is the second information about Nick Carraway. What else? Also, so now his personality, or the characteristics of his personality. Nick Haraway is a tolerant, honest also, and inclined to reserve judgment. So he's confident for those who are suffering with or with the with the troubling secrets. Okay, so he's inclined to reserve judgment. Okay, so for what else? When he traveled from Minnesota to New York, of course to the West Egg, okay, he befriends to his next door neighbor, the mysterious Jay Gatsby. Okay, this is the fourth information about it. He befriends to the Jay Gatsby. Okay. What else? Is there any additional information about Nick Carraway? Nick Carraway also is Daisy's cousin. So, as a Daisy's cousin, he facilitates the rekindling of romance between her and Jay Gatsby. So he worked as a facilitator between her and Jay Gatsby. So I worked as a facilitator or mediator, can say, between Daisy and Gatsby. Okay. Okay. So again, quickly, who is Nick Carraway? Is the novel's narrator and a young man from Minnesota. And he traveled to New York after the war, after the First World War, to learn about bond business. His character, his personality, he's tolerant, honest, and inclined to reserve judgment. Is confident for those with traveling secrets. Also, when he traveled to the New York to the West Egg, he befriends with his neighbor Jay Gatsby, and as a Daisy's cousin, he facilitates her relationship or the rekindling of romance between her and Gatsby. Okay, this is all about Nick Carraway. Okay, let's move on to the second character, Jay Gatsby. Now I've finished Nick Carraway. The second character, Jay Gatsby. Who's Jay Gatsby? The first formation here about Jay Gatsby is the title character and the protagonist of the novel. This is a very important point about Jay Gatsby. So it is the title character and protagonist of the novel. Second, he is a wealthy man, okay, that lives in a Gothic mansion, huge mansion, okay, decorated mansion in the West Egg, okay. So, wealthy man lives in the Gothic mansion in the West Egg. Okay. Now what else about Gatsby? Also, Jay Gatsby was famous to the lavish parties he throws every week, every Saturday night. Yet no one knows where he comes from, what he does, and how he made his fortune. This is an important point also. So he's famous to the lavish parties he does. Lavish parties that he throws every week. Okay. Of course, that's why it's called the mysterious Gatsby, the mysterious Jay Gatsby, because no one knows a lot about him. Okay. Again, the fourth point we need to know about Jay Gatsby. Also, Nick Calloway. As Gatsby's neighbor, when the novel progresses, he figured out a lot about Jay Gatsby. So he knows, Nick Calloway knows that Gatsby he's the son of James Goss, that born in a farm in Dakota. Okay, and working as a millionaire made him to dedicate his life, to the achievement of wealth. Okay. What else? Also, Nick Calloway, he found out that Jay Gatsby, when he was in the army, when he was training to be an officer of the army, he met a girl, young woman, that named Daisy, and fell in love with her. So Nick Calloway, knew that Gatsby was willing to do anything to get the social position, that he thought necessary to win Daisy. So, according to Nick, Gatsby is a flawed man. Flawed man. Dishonest. And vulgar also. And because of his extraordinary optimism and power to transform his dream into the reality, make him dream. That's why it made him great. That's why they call him the Great Gatsby for this reason. Okay, so Gatsby, he is the title character and protagonist of the novel. A wealthy man that lives in the Gothic mansion in the West Egg. He is famous with the lavish party he throws every Saturday night. Yet no one knows where he comes from, or what he does, or how he made his fortune. But when, as his neighbor, Nick Calloway, when he became his neighbor, he discovered a lot about him. He knew that Jay Gatsby is the son of James Goss, that was born in the farm in Dakota, and also to when Daisy, he was willing to do anything to get the social position that he was thought necessary. He's a flawed man, dishonest and vulgar, and through his extraordinary optimism and power to transform his, transform his dream into reality. So make him dream. So it was great. Sorry. Okay. So the third character now. Let's move to the third character, Daisy Pakenham. Who is Daisy? Daisy, she's next cousin. This is the first information, first point about her. His next cousin. Okay. And also in addition, and the woman that Gatsby's love. Okay, the woman or the one Gatsby loves. Okay. What else? This young woman, Daisy, she lived in Lawsonville, okay, Lawsonville City, and before the war, and she courted by many, many officers, including Jay Gatsby. Okay, then she fell in love with Jay Gatsby, and she promised to wait for him. But when a powerful, wealthy young man named Tom asked her to marry him, she decided not to wait for Jay Gatsby. Then she married Tom. Okay, so she is Tom's wife. Okay. What else? Of course, and then she lived with Tom in the East Egg. She lived with him. They lived in the East Egg. Yes. Okay. First character is Tom Pakenham. Who is Tom? So the first information about Tom, Tom is Daisy's wealthy husband. Okay, and his social attitudes. His social attitudes are related or linked with the racism and sexism. Also, he never considers trying to live up the standard morals he demands for those around him. Okay, so he's also an arrogant, and hypocritical hypocrite. Okay, he's an arrogant and hypocrite. And also he has no moral qualms about his his relationship, his romantic relationship with Myrtle. As we know that Tom Buchanan. He's let's write down here. Is Myrtle Wilson. Is Myrtle Wilson's lover. Okay, he has. I would say he has a mistress named Myrtle. Okay, Myrtle Wilson. So he saw that his relationship with Myrtle, even though he has a wife, okay, he said that his relationship with her, is right. Nevertheless, when when he begins to suspect about Daisy and Gatsby of having an affair, he became outraged. He got angry and forces a confrontation. Okay, so is hypocritical Billy. Okay, so this is Tom Buchanan. The fifth character, we have Jordan Baker. Okay, who's Jordan Baker? Jordan Baker, she's Daisy's friend. And the girl with her, Nick Calloway, started his romantic relationship. Okay, so she's the lover of Nick Calloway. Okay. She represents. She's a competitive golfer. Okay, this is the second information about her. She is a competitive golfer. She's a player of golf, and also she represents the Newman in 1920s. Okay, she represents the new women of 1920s. Okay, she's beautiful but also dishonest. Okay, so she's dishonest. Again, who's Daisy? Who's Jordan Baker? Jordan Baker is Daisy's friend, and the girl with her, Nick Calloway, started his romantic relationship. She's a competitive golfer, and she represents the new women of 1920s, boyish, inclined, and self-centered, and also she's dishonest. I'm right here. Okay, this is what about Jordan Baker? Okay, the sixth character, we have Myrtle Wilson. Who is Myrtle Wilson? Myrtle Wilson, she's the wife of George Wilson, the owner of the rundown garage in the Valley of Ashes. Okay, and at the same time, she's the mistress of Tom Buchanan. Okay, so first she's George Wilson's wife. At the same time, she's Let me write it as a second point. She's the mistress of Tom. Okay. What else? Bertha Wilson, she represents the lower class. Okay, she represents the lower class. Okay, and through her relationship with Tom, okay, she she gains the entry of the world elite. Okay, and her personality was changed. So this change on her personality was remarkable. Okay, this is what about Myrtle Wilson? Of course, that Myrtle Wilson finally she has tragic end. This is an important point. I'm right here. She has tragic and she has tragic end at the end of her lover's wife. Okay, she has tragic end at the hand of her lover's wife. Daisy, of course. Daisy, when she was driving the car of Gatsby, I mentioned that in the last lecture. She, she struck her and she killed her. Then she died. Okay, and of course, Gatsby, tends to take the blame. Not Daisy. Okay, so this is all about Myrtle Wilson. We have the last character in the first part. In this part, George Wilson. Who is George Wilson? George Wilson is Myrtle's husband. Myrtle's husband. Okay, and the owner of the rundown garage in the Valley of Ashes is the owner of the rundown garage and the Valley of Ashes. Okay, and in fact, George Wilson, was devastated by Myrtle's affair with Tom. Okay, and he was consumed to the grief. After he has when he knew that Myrtle was killed, because he loves his wife too much. Okay, this is what about George Wilson? Okay, now after I have finished this part, these 7 characters that I call main characters, especially the first 3 ones. So let's move on to the next part, the secondary characters. This is the second list of characters, which I call secondary characters. It includes Henry Gatz, Mayor Wolfsham, Dan Gotti, Clip Springer, Owl Eyes, Tommy Buchanan, Catherine, and Michaelis. So let me define each character of these. So first one, Henry Gatz. This person or this character, he is Gatsby's father. This is Gatsby's father. Okay, Mayor Wolfsham. This person is Gatsby's, business partner and a friend. Is Gatsby's business partner. Sorry. And a friend. Okay. He's a Jewish man. Second information about him. He's a Jewish man. Is a Jewish man with with the hair nostrils and beady eyes. Also, he is a gambler. This is the third information about him. He is a gambler. He made his name in organized crime, so he's a bad man. Okay, now let's move on to the third character, Don Gotti. Okay, Don Gotti. He is also Gatsby's, mentor and best friend. Gatsby's mentor and best friend. And by the way, he left Gatsby to $25,000, but Gatsby didn't or never received them due to a legal complication. Okay, now we have Clip Springer. Who was a Clip Springer? This person is such guest in Gatsby's mansion. He always seems to live there, just to get his host's money. Gatsby's host's money. Okay, so he lives a person that lives in Gatsby's mansion. Okay, and he turns out that he was nothing just more than a leech. Okay, it seems that this person he looks for his physical need. He just looks for he wants to get money, because when Gatsby died, he didn't attend his funeral, and he was thinking about his sport shoes that he left at Gatsby's mansion. Okay. Also, Owl Eyes. Owl Eyes. This person is the drunken man. That Nick Carraway meets at his first, when he went to the one of the Gatsby's legendary party. Okay. He meets this person. Also, we have Pami Bakana, the sixth character here. Pami Bakana. Pami Bakana, she is the daughter of Tom and Daisy. Okay, this is Pami Bakana. Also, we have the seventh character, Catherine. Catherine, she is Myrtle's sister. She is Myrtle's sister, and the one and only one who knows about Myrtle's secret life with the Tom Buchanan. Okay, and the last character we have Nicholas. Nicholas is a person who has has a coffee shop near George Wilson's garage. A person who has coffee shop near Wilson's garage. Okay, so now I have finished the main characters and the secondary characters. Finally, thank you for watching and see you later in the next lecture. Bye.